your girl, Love Kisses 99, and I'm coming to you today with another wig review. I'm going to knock out a couple of reviews today, so if you happen to see this shirt in the next video, you'll know why. What we're going to review today is a wig from wigspy.com. Now, it came in a regular box, nice hard cardboard box. And on the box, it said Wigspy, the secret of instant beauty. So now let's just go ahead and get into what's in the box beside the wig. Beside the unit, we have a comb, which is here. And we have an instruction manual, which is here. It gives a lot of great information on caring for your wigs. These instruction books are really good, especially if you're a first-time wig wearer, a beginner. It's even good for those of us that have been wearing wigs for years. Then we have these weaving caps. Most people use these as a, like as a wig cap. So there were two of them in here. And then we have some of these clips that if you want to sew them into your wig, you can do that. So now on to the unit. Here she is right here. She's a blonde unit. To me, this is kind of like a strawberry blonde, and she has the dark roots. Now, let me flip it inside out. This is a full lace, and it is a 360, so you do get lace all the way around. And there are no combs. That's why they kind of give you those clips. You have the adjustable strap here. This is some more lace we're going to cut off in the back. And of course, here is the card. It has Wigspy on it, and on the back it just has the website and the telephone number and the email. So all of that's on the card, but here she is right here. I'm going to phase in her style number as well as the rest of the specs. Now, even though this unit does have wispy hair around the front, I can tell that this is one we're going to probably have to do a little work on, because I moved the part over to the side, which is here. You can see it a little bit, but it could really use a little bit of tweezing. And then the perimeter, it needs a little bit of work, so we're going to work on that. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to take off my turban. Underneath here, I just have on a regular wig cap. I'm going to take this turban off, put the wig on with the lace still attached, so you can see exactly what it looks like before you cut the lace off or before we do any modification to it. Okay, so this is what it looks like right out of the box. Like I said, all I did was kind of move that part over to the side, and here's that parting area, which I'm going to tweeze some hair out right here and use a little bit of concealer. But I really wanted you to look at the hairline. This is not a pre-tweezed unit, so as you can see, yeah, it's pretty rounded off, and we're gonna need to tweeze out some of that hairline to get it to look natural. So give me a moment. I'm gonna just grab my mannequin head, and we're gonna do this together so you can see how I tweeze out little areas around the front, just to kind of get rid of that heaviness around the front. And yeah, it does have lace all the way around. So I'm not going to worry too much about the back. I rarely wear my hair up, but what I will do, let's get into doing some of that tweezing. So here I'm just attaching my wig to my mannequin head so we can start that tweezing. I just use a few straight pins just to get it to sit still. So here I'm just parting a little bit of the hair. I work in small sections, and I go across and then back a little bit. So I'm just tweezing the hair out of this section right here. I'm doing it kind of fast. I had to speed up the video just to show you how well the results come together. And I'm just parting. I skip a space and then start again at the next space, just to thin out that hairline, because the hairline is pretty dense. You can still see it right there. So I tweeze a little bit, and now I'm going in small sections front to back just to thin it out a little bit more. I tweeze some, skip a space, tweeze some more, and as you can see, some of that hair is coming out of that hairline. Take your time and move slowly, because once the hair is out, you can't put it back in. And make sure that your tweezers are nice and sharp so that you do get the hair directly from where it's attached through the lace. And it's easier to see, as I stated, when you move a little bit, when you speed up the video. And this did take me quite a bit of time. I didn't record all of it because that video would have been way too long. But it did take me, with taking a break, probably about a good hour just to get the wig to look the way that I wanted to around the perimeter. I may, after the video, take out a little bit more because the density is really thick around the perimeter. And as you can see, that's just some of the hair that I tweezed out, and I'm just tweezing out a little bit more. And the areas where it's too dense, I'm just going back and tweezing more hair. I think you guys have seen me do this before, so it's really, if I have to do it, I do it the same way every time, just to thin it out. And as you can see, some of the areas are looking a little thinner. And there's, after about maybe 30 minutes of tweezing, you can see how the hairline is not so dense. And you really don't know how thick it is until you actually put it on and, check it against your own hairline. And again, here I'm going side to side, parting a little bit and then tweezing. And then I tweeze back about, I would say, a good inch just to thin it out really well. And anywhere I see it's still a little boxy, I tweeze a little bit more. And then here, after tweezing, I add a little bit of my Makeup Forever foundation on my beauty sponge and just tap it into the front part of the lace so that it blends with my own complexion. I did add a little bit more. You can't see it as much here because I use a small amount at a time. I didn't want to overdo it. And then I'm just tapping that foundation in. You can use powder, you can use cream, you can use liquid, but with the liquid, do a little bit at a time so that it doesn't seep through the lace. And here I'm using some of my Pump It Up Super Hold on a makeup brush. And I'm just working again in small sections and blow drying to get that to adhere. Okay, so here I am, all done. I'm hoping that footage was helpful, but let me just show you the results of me doing the tweezing around the perimeter. It was easy. I'm hoping that that footage was able to help a little bit. Now, what I also did to kind of get that lace to lay flat is I use some of my Pump It Up Super Hold spray, and I did put it on my makeup brush just so I could kind of get the hair to lay down exactly where I wanted it to. And this method I learned from Muffin Is My Lovers to use this, and yeah, my wig has quite the hold. I don't have to use glue or anything like that. So using this, it gave me kind of the hold that I need on my wig, and I'm good to go with it. Plus, all it takes is a little bit of warm water to kind of soak up on that hairline to get this washed out. You don't have that residue and all that stuff all over the edge of your wig. Easy. I have a little bit of cleanup to do around this area. I'm going to spray a little bit more of the holding spray just to get it to hold. But here she is adhered. I don't have to worry about it. I didn't take the time to kind of wrap or tie down the front perimeter, which I am going to do that. And let me just grab my curling iron and show you how easily she curls. Now these curls are going to need some holding spray because this hair is pretty silky and the curl is not going to hold for very long. So yeah, it curls really well. Let me hold this up and let it cool for a second or two. But yeah, you're going to get a nice curl with it. So I'll put a link to this wig right down in the information area so you have it. And I'm hoping you enjoyed my tutorial on how I tweeze the perimeter. I did the same thing across the back. Right now I didn't adhere that down. That's kind of just laying there. So yeah, this is what she looks like after a little bit of work, a little bit of tweaking. And this one, if you do get this one, you're going to have to put a little work into it to customize the hairline, but it still works. So that's pretty much it for right now. Stay tuned for some still pictures. Don't forget to check the information area for a direct link and all pertinent information. And I'm hoping you guys have an absolutely awesome evening, and I'll see you guys again soon.